how to change a blade on an angle grinder. It's Mark here from Mark's Reviews and Tutorials, and I've been working away with this, cutting away, and the blade is detached. So we're going to need to replace this cut-off blade. Number one thing when you're going to replace thing on an angle grinder is unplug it. That might sound basic, but definitely got to unplug it. All you got to do is accidentally press the switch forward and you're going to find yourself in all sorts of trouble. So that's where we start. Now, to change your blade on an angle grinder, you are going to need one of these guys. This would have come with your angle grinder. It has the two pins on it, and what it does, it is how you turn this wheel here. If you don't have that, you're going to be in all sorts of strife trying to hold this with multi-grips and all the rest of it. You're probably not going to get it tight enough. So the two pins on this device, I hope that some people are going, oh my gosh, I saw that and I forgot what it was for. Well, that came with the angle grinder, and that's what it's for. It is for undoing these nuts here. So that slots in like that, so all of a sudden you've got a great big spanner on the nut. But more importantly also is over here on the other side, this button here, which you've always wondered what the heck does that do. What you need to do is you press that down, and that's actually going to go all the way down. I'll partially turn this. You see it's not going down now, and if I turn this here, it will get to a point where that will click. There it goes, that's clicking down. So it actually locks this in place. And then once that's locked, you can then put the spanner, and I've come up a hand short here, you can then put the spanner into the pins and then undo it. And all angle grinders that I know of, you need to undo them in the normal direction. So you undo going anti-clockwise, so your spanner, I can take the hand off there, so your spanner is turning that way against the clock, anti-clockwise. So you hold that so that this all locks up, turn it with the spanner, anti-clockwise to undo it, and when you take that off, I have actually loosened that. Let's see if we can do this one-handed. Yep, here we go, it's going to come off. So that will come off, your blade will come off, and you've got all sorts of washers and things in place to hold it. And then we get the new blade. Here are the blades that I'm using. So we get a new blade out, and you can see this one, it's come away in the middle, which happens sometimes. And the blade that was on there, that's another one of these. So that flange is going to be on there somewhere. So you make sure, there it is, you make sure that that comes out. Don't leave the old flange on there. And then we put that on, and again you have to get good sizing with your spacers if it's the right size piece. But another washer goes on there, and then this goes down like that. And there's two ways as to which is best going to hold and clamp this in place. You want to clamp it on the flange, not on the cutting surface itself. So you work out which way around is going to best clamp it. This angle grinder, of course, normally comes with a thicker angle grinding wheel. So with that sort of thickness in there, it clamps quite differently to when you've just got one of these little cut-off wheels, because they are super duper thin. But these cut-off wheels or death wheels, they'll cut through anything. As it says here, stainless, it'll cut through stainless steel and metal. Using them to cut metal on this particular application, but I'm also using them to cut wood, and that's what's managed to destroy that. You can see it's all black and destroyed because I've just got a little job where I need to trim out some wood as well. So there you go. Then you do it up, and you do it up clockwise, again holding the button, turning it up clockwise nice and tight, and then you're done. You're ready to well, actually you will find that sometimes there'll be a direction that you have to spin this. This one there's not, and also again it's saying incorrect. You've got to make sure that it stays flat, that you don't bolt it up so that it flexes the wheel and makes it crooked, because again that'll cause it to break. There you go, all done. That's what the little button on the back is for. You have to be able to press it in and hold it to lock it up, and then you are going to need that spanner to be able to do it up nice and tight. So one last tip, those of you who are sharp would have noticed that as I just put that back on finger tight, I had it the other way around. I actually just went back to my video that I just made to see which way it was. Again, I could have worked it out with the flex and all the rest of it, same as what I probably did when I first put these on, but rather than that, I just put it on the same as what I had it, so I turned that around. So when you start, it might be good to get a texter, a Sharpie or something, and just put a mark on this so you know which is inside and which is outside, because they are reversible depending on different blades and setups that you've got. But if you're putting the same size blade on, it'd be good to know what's the inside and what's the outside, because when you get the new blade on, you may have forgotten by that point. So there you go, Mark's Reviews and Tutorials, little tips of how to change a angle grinder blade.